Last weekend in Boston saw the National Association of Realtors conduct its annual conference. Kasey McDonald from the Property Management Training Academy was our representative there, and she caught up with two people that we're going to feature in this week's episode of Tech Talk. One of the big developments that's taking place in the US is the emergence of teams, and in Kasey's interview with Matt Fagioli, he talks about the growth of teams and how brokers can facilitate teams in different parts of the country. Kasey also caught up with top broker and owner of the Century 21 office in Atlanta, Georgia, Rett Harmon. Rett tells the story of how he discovered a unique way to align his brand and his team to the local community with video. I trust you enjoy this episode of Tech Talk. Here's Kasey in Boston last weekend talking to Matt Fagioli.
Hi, Kasey McDonald from the Property Management Training Academy, and I'm here today at the NAR annual conference with a very good friend of mine, Matt Fagioli from Explode Conference. Thanks for joining me.
Absolutely.
So Matt, I'd really love to learn about the technology side and what it is that you're doing in your business and where the technology is going here in the States for realtors.
Awesome, sure. Well, so we have a conference tour, as you mentioned, called Explode Conference. We go to cities all over the US talking about technology and marketing for real estate in the US, which of course is quite different than a lot of other markets. We partner with Realtor.com and Homes.com and a bunch of the website companies, all these things. And so the big trend here in the US is team growth. 10 years ago, it was all individual agents working for a broker. The brokers in the US have become more of an administrative role, and so the team has blossomed as the sales organization that's really succeeding in the United States. So what we're seeing and what we're helping people do is to build their team, have the technology in place so that they can deliver leads to all of these agents. You know, if you start with 2 and then 5 and then 10 and then 20 and then some teams have 50 people. And then also in the US, it's always been traditionally true that you would do all of your sales in one market. Now, because of technology, what we call it here expansion teams. So you've built all the tech and system and process for a team in Atlanta, where I live, for example. And then you start a new team in Charlotte, North Carolina, and another team in Florida. And so that's kind of where we're going in the US.
Great, so the technology platforms are allowing the broker owners to build teams in other areas and remotely, so those realtors can be working from home. There doesn't specifically need to be an office space. Am I right in assuming that?
That's right.
Yep.
And so in fact, my team is with a new company brokerage called EXP, which is totally cloud-based. So you still have one broker in every state because of the legal requirements to have a broker, but the broker is in a very administrative role, legal, compliance, all this kind of stuff, and the team is what's driving the growth. So you see all these teams popping up around the country in these virtual organizations, and that's kind of the bleeding edge, you know?
Yeah, right. So EXP has been one of the fastest growing networks within the real estate industry here in the US. So how long ago did it start, and why has it grown so fast? Has it been the technology that's allowed that to happen?
Yeah, you know, we talk about it in terms of, in these words, well, Netflix, I'm sure you know what Netflix is over there, but Blockbuster Video was a company here in the US that had all the physical stores where you'd go rent a video. And so we compare it to Blockbuster versus Netflix, or even Walmart versus Netflix. So I think it's just the right idea at the right time, and actually, like so many things, it feels like it came out of nowhere, but it's actually 10 years old now.
Right.
So they were, you know, the guys that were smart enough to start this started it 10 years ago, but over the last couple of years, it's really started to take off.
Yeah, great. And so with the technology platform, can you pinpoint to me, you know, 2 really key aspects of that, and what's really making it drive and push the success of the brand?
Well, cloud-based transaction management, documents, contracts, all that stuff. You would think, I would have thought that would have really solidified 10 or 15 years ago, but honestly, it's just become ubiquitous in the last 5 years. So that's the biggest thing, is that we no longer need to see our physical broker, because really that's what the conversation with the broker is. Drop off paperwork, drop off, earnest money, that kind of stuff. So now that is pretty much gone from the day-to-day business in the major markets anyway, That I would say that's the number one. And then this trend toward the broker being more of an administrator and the team rising, I think those are the two big trends that's driving it, because most teams don't have a physical location until they get larger.
Yeah, great. So the realtor goes online through a cloud platform. They've got all their documents there, all their contracts, everything's signed electronically.
Yes.
So you don't actually physically need to go and meet anybody anymore with the way that you've got everything set up.
Well, you've got to you end up meeting the client,
yeah.
and so many of the clients can't handle the online process. So we end up, especially older clients, whatever, we end up doing it old school. But in terms of the way we're communicating to the broker, we're sending it to the cloud. And while there is a broker in our state, that's really only because of the need for compliance.
Yeah, great, excellent. Well, thanks very much, and congratulations on the success of the business, and thanks for sharing, some of the technology trends that are happening here in the US.
Awesome, thanks very
so
much. Right
thanks,
on.
Matt.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Hi everyone, my name's Nick and I'm the Country Manager here at Beepo. We offer outsourcing services for real estate agencies that are looking to become significantly more productive and efficient. Let me give you a bit of a rundown about how our real estate team actually works. At Beepo, we have many positions to assist our clients in the real estate industry. These include sales assistants, trust account and marketing staff. We also have a couple of our most popular products, the property management assistants and Rock End property assistants.
Good morning, Kasey McDonald from the Property Management Training Academy, and I'm coming to you today from the NAR annual conference in Boston, and I've got the pleasure of interviewing Rett Harmon from Century 21 Novice Realty, coming from Atlanta, Georgia. So thanks for joining me today,
Absolutely,
Rett.
thank you.
So today I'd love to talk to you about what you're doing in your business in Century 21 and the technology that you're utilising and how you're finding that that's enhancing the way in which you're performing as a realtor.
Sure. Well, I wear a lot of hats. So we opened our brokerage about 4 years ago. I've been a realtor for almost 17 years, actually a little over 17. And the place we wanted to work didn't exist. So we basically kind of created that. So I like to sell real estate, even though I own half the company. But we're very big in property management. We have about 700 doors that we manage and fully staffed. But I like to grow and build real estate teams. And that's what I enjoy doing most of my time. So I guess some of the things we're utilizing the most is probably video. Okay. We use a lot of video and probably advertising things that are not really real estate. So basically, for instance, we have Novus means new and exceptional. So we have a video series called Bringing the Community to You the Novus Way, which is basically highlighting local business, local things going on in our market, and basically showcasing it, making it about them, not about us. We soft brand it, and a lot of times I'll do things like this. We'll interview an owner, ask them what they do, what do they like, why are they passionate about running their business, and these are usually people that I already know, clients, some of our agents' clients. And then we promote that on social media, and that works out very well, and we just are constantly get together with a video content creator one day a month. And I've been doing that for 4 years and probably have somewhere between 500 and 600 videos we put out professionally. Some of them are, very short-lived for an event coming up next weekend, but those obviously we pull off after they've kind of run. But then we have others that are more evergreen to just kind of tell about what they do and why they do it. And it's neat. So when someone's coming to the area and they're looking for, what do I need to get for this or what do I need for that? They're searching these terms and different things. Well, there's not a lot of people that are, advertising or really even promoting lots of different kinds of businesses because they're just so local, their little corner store or whatever it is. So it works out great for us that we're kind of top of mind before they even know they're looking for real estate a lot of times. So that's what's working for us probably is one big strategy.
Yeah, great, excellent. So I like how you're kind of utilising the community.
Yes.
Well, you're thinking about real estate in a different way, and you've thought, well, how can we bring people to our business as well and know that we're there to support them in other aspects, because when they're either buying or they're looking to certainly rent a property and you've got people coming to the area, they certainly need those other services. So what a real brilliant idea. How's the community supporting you in regards to that?
It's worked out great because we promote our competitors, like other agents and other companies, their families' businesses, because we utilize them too. So if they do well at what they're doing, it doesn't matter if I'm going to get a sale from them or not. I'm looking at it, this is a long play. It's about building relationships and staying top of mind. And it really is a pay it forward, kind of scenario. So that's what we do with it.
Yeah, fantastic. So look, it certainly is, I suppose, a USP. It's a unique selling point for you and what you're doing. In regards to some of your competitors, talk me through what it is that you're seeing that they're maybe not doing that your business certainly and your team excel in. I'd really love to for you to share a story.
Sure. I think the biggest thing that a lot of people do in any industry is become complacent and everything's working great and they just sit back and think it can coast. I kind of live by, if it's not broken, let's break it. Constantly trying to come up with the next play, figure out how we're going to utilize whatever it is we're wanting to do, but not just dabble, like own it, do it the right way. And the things that are working doesn't mean you have to stop doing those, but like how can you make it a little bit different or a little bit better, improve the process, or really is it really working or not? And at the end of the day, relationships are so important, and making sure that you stay in front of your sphere constantly. And that's another thing that I've been able to do very well through social media and video, because people see it all the time.
So you're really looking at technology in your business as a way of enhancing the relationships that you've got with your clients and or obviously future clients that you want to work with. So instead of being afraid of it, you've just gone, well, you know what, we've got to embrace this, and we've really just got to hit it, head running, head first, just get in there and use it to its full potential. I certainly find in what I do that in businesses they're probably using it 30 to 40%, and it's because there's a fear factor there.
Right. So
what would you say in your business, or how did you introduce that to your team, and how have you gotten them to embrace your vision around technology?
So it's a slow process. Some people are more comfortable than others, but I was doubted by even some for a little while that, I know this is a good idea, but I don't really know for sure how it's going to work. And it really, it took a few years to really start seeing the traction, kind of come from it. And now more and more people are wanting to participate more with it. So it's like, just a lot of we compare ourselves to the top of anything we look at, right? Oh, I don't want to do it because so-and-so's already done it better. Or I don't want to do this because I don't like the way that I talk, or I don't like the way that they sound or look, or whatever it is. And I tell people you shouldn't say anything to anybody. You shouldn't get out of bed if that's how you really feel. So I'm not really, but I tell people everyone has two eyes, which are better than any camera on the market. So they see everything and they remember everything. So just embrace it, have fun with it, realize that you don't have, I'm not a very polished speaker. I say what I want to say, and sometimes it comes out okay and sometimes it doesn't. But I think being genuine and real can easily be mirrored and translated to people, but you don't even realize who you're reaching. So that's one of the things I should always encourage people: just embrace it, but don't just make noise. Try to make something that's got some kind of meaning to it.
Yeah. So last question, Rett. What's, other than the video, what's one other successful tool or resource that you've embraced in your business that's working really well for you and your team?
Wow, so many layers of that. I'll give one very short version of this. This is not very tech at all, but I really put a lot of effort, and that's my hotel key, sorry. My business card, and I think I've used one of these before. But I take a lot of pride in making sure that I have a very professional looking business card, and I carry these all the time. And I'm on my third set of 1,000 for this year that I'm almost gone through.
Right.
And I always have them, always give them to people. But if you spend a little bit of time, effort, money on the card, people will tend to keep it. And and that has a lot to do with it. So that's not very big take, but it's all that first impression. If you're going to have a card at all, might as well have something that someone will hang on to.
Yeah.
But now we're doing a lot of little things. Obviously, we talked about video, a lot of the social stuff. We really try to embrace a lot of different databases. Like with our property management, we're switching up our software right now, and always trying to make sure that we're doing more we can. Even with our staff and employees, really looking at what they're doing and making sure that they're on the right seat of the bus. I mean, a lot of times we have a great person, but maybe they're not fulfilling their full potential, working the position they are, and kind of move people around or shift around or expand a little bit and let people excel in things they really enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we're seeing a lot of that, and really just trying to put everything in systems and make sure that we understand what we're doing and why we do it. And right now, really just trying to make sure that we can translate that better. So it's so easy to get jaded with our industry. It's like, all right, you put a sign up, sold my house, here's the keys, give me $12,000 or whatever it is, the whole commission scenario. So really trying to make sure that we're demonstrating that we're providing value to the whole process and really enhancing our communication through that as well, making sure that we're giving a lot of follow-up through the whole process.
Yeah, great. Well, look, thanks very much for your time. And I've obviously spent a little bit of time with you in other events throughout the US, so it's just really nice to get a better understanding of what you're doing and what's absolutely working really well for you in your business. So congratulations.
Well, definitely. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. See you.
Thanks, Kasey. Well, as I said at the start, Kasey McDonald from Property Management Training Academy was in Boston at the NAR conference representing Real Estate Uncut last weekend. Thanks to Kasey for her outstanding reporting. See you then.